In this video, I will spend a few minutes talking about plotting points on a coordinate grid. A coordinate grid is really two different number lines, one in a horizontal direction, also known as the x-axis, and one in a vertical direction, also known as the y-axis. Where the two axes meet is known as the origin. And the origin is also given the numerical name 0, 0, because a dot there indicates that you are at 0 on the horizontal number line and also at 0 on the vertical number line. In order to give the location of a point on a coordinate grid, we give its ordered pair. An ordered pair is always written with two numbers separated by a comma. The first number gives the distance from the origin along the x-axis, and the second number gives the distance from the origin along the y-axis. You can see that I have plotted 5 different points on this grid, and I've given the ordered pair for each one. Now, I'm not going to go through each and every one of these, but I'm going to go through a few of them. Right here, this is the point 4, negative 2. In order to give the coordinate pair for that particular point, you always start at the origin. So I put a dot right here at the origin. In order to get to this particular point, 4, negative 2, I need to go 4, first of all, along the x-axis, and then I would need to go a negative 2 downward. So that is given the point 4, negative 2. This particular point right here, the point 0, 3, is given in the same way. Once again, I'm going to start at the origin. But in order to get to that point, I don't have to go left or right along the x-axis. So the very first number is just 0. But then I do have to travel upwards 3. So that particular point is at the ordered pair 0, 3. As you can see, I've given names for all the other points as well. Just remember when you're giving the points that you always have to start at the origin, travel horizontally first, which is your x-coordinate, and then travel vertically. For practice, I would like you to make a coordinate grid similar to the one pictured and plot the points that I have listed here. I have 4 different points, point A, B, C, and D. So after you have plotted those particular points, go ahead and turn this back on again and see whether or not your points match when I give you the answer. Also, I like you to take a look at where I have E, and I'd like you to give me the coordinate pair that you would give to point E on this particular grid. Here are my answers, and you can check your grid with my answers and make sure that you do have the correct answers. And then you can see for point E, I have that at the coordinate pair negative 4, negative 2. One other thing I would like to mention to you is that when you are doing points on a coordinate grid, it is always going to be true that if you have any points inside this quadrant right here, both the x and the y coordinate grids are going to be positive. If you are in this particular quadrant, that means that the x value is going to be negative and the y value is going to be positive. If you are in this particular quadrant, both of them are going to be negative, and if you are in this particular quadrant, the x value will be positive while the y value will be negative. Also, not that you need to know this for any tests or anything like that, but just for future reference, these different quadrants are always given names, and they are written in Roman numerals. This is quadrant number 1. This is quadrant number 2. This is quadrant number 3. And this is quadrant number 4. Although this video is fairly short, it is very important to all the graphing we will do in the rest of this course. If you want more practice, you can find additional practice problems in this module. As always, if you have any questions about anything, please do not hesitate to contact me.